Good afternoon, Lieutenant.
How you doing, sir?
Good. The Committee on Parole is reconvening at 12:44. Our remote location this time is Plaquemine Parish Detention Center. Lieutenant Tenson, would you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, sir. My name is Lieutenant Tinson, Plaquemine Parish Detention Center. And I have
Right.
Damoine Morris.
Damoine Morris, okay, with Mr. Morris, introduce yourself, give your full name and your Department of Corrections ID.
Damoine Morris, Border Fire 2266.
Good afternoon, Mr. Morris. My name is Alvin Roche. To my left is Ms. Miney Jackson, and to my right is Mr. Pete Freeman. Let me explain the process to you. I will read some information, verify for the record. Then we will conduct a parole interview with you. At the appropriate time, we'll allow Lieutenant Tenson to make comments or remarks. After that, we have two supporters that would like to make a statement. Well, actually, one participant that would like to make a statement, Mr. Damoine B. He's your cousin, and your sister, Mrs. Norris, is here for support, but she will not be speaking. At the very end, before we vote, we will allow you to make a brief statement on your behalf. Do you understand the process?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Morris, you're currently 40 years old. You are classified as a fourth felony offender. Your offenses are in Orleans Parish, possession of heroin, Orleans Parish, possession of marijuana, third offense, and you will bill as an habitual offender. On another count of possession of heroin. Your sentencing dates were November 9th, 2009 and August 19th, 2013. In Orleans Parish docket number 42-927G, you received a 10-year sentence to run concurrent to Orleans docket 515-996L, and you received a 12-year sentence, and that was to run concurrently. So your total sentence is 12 years. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. You know, but you was wrong. I had caught one of the charges of 09.
Okay, I understand. And you were sentenced in November of 09 for that.
Yeah.
Your parole date was April 12, 2016. Your adjusted good time date is December 29th, 2024, and your full term date, April 13th, 2025. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Is all that information correct?
Yes, sir.
Your case has been assigned to Mr. Freeman. Would you please answer Mr. Freeman's questions?
Okay, Mr. Morris, okay. How old are you?
I'm 30.
And how long have you served on this sentence?
10 years.
Okay, and you had a total of 12, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You had possession of heroin and you had a charge for possession of marijuana. Are you a drug user or a drug dealer?
I was a dealer.
Okay, have you ever used drugs?
I had smoked marijuana,
Okay, how old were you when you were smoking marijuana?
if I came to jail.
Okay, have you ever received any inpatient treatment for your drug habit?
The class I took that since I've been in jail.
Yeah, I saw that class, okay. You have one child, do you have any contact with that child?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how old is he or her?
She 13.
Okay. What's gonna be your transition plan if you were to get out? Where you gonna live? Where you gonna stay?
For my father.
Okay, what about staying off of marijuana? What you could do to stay away from that?
I'll stay away from that too.
Yeah, but how? What you gonna do? What steps are you gonna take?
I ain't really like addicted like I'm saying, I ain't really addicted like that. So if I want to quit, I could quit at any time.
Okay. I see you taking Living in Balance 1 and 2. What did you learn from Living in Balance?
How to like just survive.
Okay. What other programs have you taken?
Malachi Dash, and I took Drug Dealers Anonymous.
You took what now? What anonymous?
Drug Dealers Anonymous.
Okay. Why did you take that class?
But they say live as a drug dealer, and they teach me like it's a habit. Like drug, like it's like a habit, like a drug habit. Selling drugs is like a habit sometimes. You gotta know how to break that habit.
Okay. Back in 2020, you lost 180 days of good time because of intoxication write-ups. What were you intoxicated on?
I was taking Seroquels, trying to sleep my time off.
And you got caught for the same thing twice?
See, like a Seroquel, like you take it, like you can't take the whole pill because they have you off your balance. And so when the people come see me, like I ain't know if you can have like a high sleep and a regular sleep. So when you're laying down sleep, in a certain way you sleep, and you can see like they think you're intoxicated. So I know they had 2 different sleeps. So I learned.
When was your last write-up?
I think in 19.
In 20 for sure.
All right, 20, it was 20.
Okay, you're low risk, low need. Tell me, why should I take a risk on you? You're a 4th felony offender. Drugs has been involved in several of your offenses. I mean, why should I take a risk on you today?
My daughter, she getting older, my family. My father getting older, but my daughter's my main option. She 13. She need me in her life. We got a relationship, but we really don't have a relationship because I left her she was street. She trying to find herself, and I'm trying to find myself.
I have no further questions.
Mrs. Jackson,
What is it gonna take for you to find yourself? I don't know what that means.
Oh, if I came to jail, I was working and stuff like that.
Well, then how did you end up in jail if you were working and stuff?
Trying to get extra money, fast money, something I ain't supposed to be doing.
But again, this is not the first time you've been arrested, correct?
Oh, man.
You're a 4th offender. And every time you don't learn your lesson. So why do you think we should be comfortable that this is the time that you finally
This is
got?
the first time I ever did time.
Okay, so you've been in there almost 10 years, you
10
said?
years, man, 10 years.
And what have you learned from that experience?
I go, there's a place to be. Life is more precious than this.
So what's your plan? Tell me what your plan is when you're released to not come back in a place like this.
We got where a car wash is set up, and I learned how to cut grass in here, so we got lawn. We were trying to get a lawn service too.
What kind of education do you have?
Like a 10th grade education.
Think that's enough?
No, I've been back and forth out of GAD since I've been in school. Since I've been in jail, I've been back and forth in GED. I've been in here.
What does back and forth mean?
Like every time I get in the class, I get shipped, I'm saying, to another jail.
I see. How many different facilities have you been in?
7.
And what's the longest place you stayed at?
Most all of them did like two years and like a lot of them. 2 years the most. 18 months the most.
And you say your daughter's 13?
Yes, ma'am.
The last time you saw or talked to her?
Like in the beginning of the month, I was telling her about I might be coming home. So she praying for me.
What do you think it would mean to your daughter to see you do the right thing for a change?
Well, she love it. We talk about that all the time. She tell me if she see me do something, she would call the police on me.
Well, hopefully that won't happen.
Yeah.
Nothing to speak about.
No, ain't nothing smart about her, cause she ain't let me leave. She ain't let me leave her again. She do anything when not let me leave her again.
Right. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson. Would Mr. Waddell Beal, please open your mic and give us your statement, give us your full name and your relationship to the offender.
How you doing, sir? Can you hear me?
It's a bad connection here.
Yes. Can you hear me, sir?
We have a bad connection, but try to make your statement.
How you doing, sir? I'm speaking on the behalf of my family. He can better see what's going on because as he up in age, I believe in all the time he's been in there. We speak to him. We've been talking to him about positive things, like for the things he won't do. We all situated for us to help him. For the job, for us coming home, getting his GED. My brother is a teacher. I'm a barber. My father is a contractor. So his living conditions will be good. And for the friends that he had is all gone. So everybody that he's coming home to is in a great position. So what other people had to go through coming home from being incarcerated, it would be better for him because his family is in a better position for him to help him make that change, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Morris,
Yes, sir.
you had a parole hearing in 2019. Is that correct?
I had a parole hearing in 18.
You had one in 19. I just finished looking at the vote sheet. And you were requested to take some additional programs. And the only program that you took after that was living in balance. Where have you been since 2019?
I went over 18, sir. I went over 18, October the 1st.
1 second, sir. And you are correct.
Mr. When I was in 2018, they told one boy to put me in the classes I need to get. The next time I come from Australia, y'all would let me go. I got Malachi dad, drug dealer, and living in balance. When I went up at 18, I had no programs.
Yes. Now, where have you been housed at since 18?
DCI, Tensa, and Platinum Parish where I'm at now.
Okay.
I got my certificate in DCI. That's right after my parole hearing.
Okay, okay. Would you like to make it? Well, first of all, Lieutenant Tetzel, do you have any comments?
Oh, one second. He coming out.
Lieutenant Tetzel, you have any comments, remarks?
Yes, sir. I spoken to my staff on Mr. Morris, and they advised me they haven't had any run-ins with him. He's been a good inmate. And we have never had no trouble with him. He does very well when we ask of him. And he's good.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Morris, do you want to make a brief closing statement?
Like I tell my mama, my dad and them, this the most time I ever did in jail. Like I lost everything. I tell it to my daughter too. They'll never ever about me coming back. 10 years, a long time, with half of my life. I learned from my mistakes.
Thank you, sir. Is the panel ready to vote?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Freeman?
Okay, Mr. Morris, you know, probation officer in me has had every intention to deny which criminal history. 10 years of 12 years is a long time that you served. You didn't serve it real well with your write-ups, but you have taken the classes since we've had your hearing. My vote today would be to grant with special conditions that you're going to live in New Orleans.
Yes, sir.
You go to the New Orleans Day Reporting Center and get evaluated and follow any recommendations that they have. You know, you say you're not a drug addict, but you have a lot of drug arrests. And it's not for a lot of drugs. It doesn't seem like a person that was just selling drugs. Work on getting your education, you're finishing your GED over there at the Day Reporting Center. And also I want you to have a curfew of 9 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman. Mrs. Jackson?
All right, I'm willing to take a chance on you. You have been in for a long time. So my vote would be to grant with the same conditions as Mr. Freeman.
Mr. Morris, you have received 2 votes to grant your request for early release. You have served 85–90% of your sentence. You had a hearing in 2018 and they told you to take additional programs and you did. I'm going to agree with my colleagues this morning, or this afternoon now, But I want you to follow Mr. Freeman's advice. Report to the Day Reporting Center
Yes, sir.
and substance abuse evaluation, and enroll in a GED program.
Yes, sir.
A young man, you're 38 years old. You say you have most of your life ahead of you. Getting that GED will give you some confidence. It will enhance your ability to get good employment. Okay. And then you'll have a curfew from 9 to 6. If that substance abuse evaluation gives you any recommendations, you ought to follow those recommendations.
Yes, sir.
You have received 3 votes, grant your request. Your request has been granted. You have a good day.
Y'all too, thank y'all. Really appreciate y'all. God bless.